Hello again and welcome to Paul's Racing Channel and to the Nurburgring in Germany. This is round 3 of the Super Formula Championship from the Ultimate Racing League, League 1. So let's get to the grid then, let's get this race going. So in pole position then, we've got Too Fast. Got Wadru in 2nd, Thomas 3rd, Jerry 4th, Chuck in 5th, Dyson 6th, Paul in 7th, Ginger 8th, DJ in 9th, Rodders 10th, Unforgiven 11th, Dan Bailey in 12th and Jim Bob in 13th. So mix of tyres, not going to go through them, but there they all are. 34 laps round here. Got a couple of stops in there as well for the guys. Got to run the 3 compounds and away we go. Too Fast in, takes them away. Wadru, I believe, has taken up the lead. He has. He was on the inside as they head down to this first tight hairpin right-hander. Careful through there. Looks like everyone's got through okay. So Wadru then takes them through. Thomas. Oh, under attack from Too Fast on the inside. Can Too Fast still stay there? No. Thomas got away from him, but there's a little attack there from Dyson on the outside of Too Fast. Too Fast has managed to keep it there. I think Dyson went out wide actually. Jerry's got through on 4th as well. So Jerry gets through to 4th. Closely followed by Dyson in 5th. Dyson attacking, no. So just sticks behind Jerry. So Jerry in 4th then, trying to hunt down those front 3 who appear to be just creeping away already. We're only a couple of corners in and already they're gapping the others. Jerry trying his best to go with them. Dyson, no. Not letting him get away there in 5th. Paul going with him as well in 6th. So as I say, 34 laps round here, and Paul attacking Dyson, is he? No, not quite. Dyson, no. Now we've got Jerry, Dyson and Paul, so we've got 3 at the front, and these 3. Oh, Dyson pulls out on Jerry, he does get there, up into 4th place goes Dyson. Great move actually, clean move. So Dyson then in the 4th, Jerry's not going to give up. Is he going to attack him, try and get up the inside again? He tried it, it almost came off, didn't it? So Jerry though back to 5th, Paul still 6th, but he's under attack now by Rodders, who's in 7th. There he is there, closely followed by DJ in 8th. Rodders there with his distinctive pink helmet, can't miss that, can you? Just trying to hunt down Paul. Looks like he quite fancies it this time around, doesn't he, Rodders? But he's under severe pressure now from DJ as well, and DJ's going to have a look. Wasn't far enough up, so just sits behind Rodders. So they hurtle down this incline to the double right-hander, kind of sweeping right-hander. Just feather the throttle through, now away you go. A little bit wide from DJ. So just loses a little bit of momentum now. Chuck in 9th. And he's got Ginger right up his Harris as well, close behind. And Ginger looks like this is Rodders' teammate, I believe, and he's looking hungry too, isn't he? Or maybe he's not his teammate actually, he might just be almost identical colours, but anyway, Ginger's in 10th, Unforgiven now in 11th, and his last couple of rounds, by his own admissions, not had the best start. Can't really seem to get going in these races, but maybe tonight is different. Maybe this will be his change of fortune here. So Unforgiven in 11th, Jim Bob in 12th then. The 2 teammates, the Vodafone team, Vodafone at the back there. Jim Bob 12th, Dan in 13th. Unusual to see Dan right back there. Must have had a moment, I reckon, somewhere. But long way to go, obviously. Only 3 laps in here. So let's see what's happening up front, see if it's still them 3 tied together. Well, not really. Wadru, he's pulling away. A small gap now off Thomas and Too Fast. So our pole sitter Too Fast, that's a 3rd place. Got outdone really at turn 1, didn't he, by Wadru? And then Thomas came through in the next combination of corners, so dropped back to third, a bit too fast, but it's all about strategy, as we know by now, after seeing the first 2 rounds, and we know what's going to happen once it all they all go into their stops and everything starts filtering around and changing. The tower down the left of the screen starts to go completely mad, and there's names all over the place, but it soon settles. Dyson then in 4th, and he's being chased down by Paul in 5th, and that means that Jerry's dropped down to 6th, so Jerry lost another place to Paul, because Paul's in 5th place now. I'm not too sure where it is, didn't see the move, but he's got himself up there, isn't he, Paul, into 5th, and he's looking for that 4th off of Dyson. Dyson doing all he can to try and get onto the front 3, but these 2 are going with him now. So a little battle of their own here for 4th and 5th place. All moment from Dyson. That's going to allow Paul. I thought they both had a little bit of a squiggle, didn't they? Come off worse did Dyson, but Paul wasn't quite far enough up to take advantage of it. So just remains in 5th place. He's all over the back of Dyson now. And spoiler alert, actually, at the start of our BTCC Replica Championship, which starts this coming weekend. These are actually teammates in the BTCC Championship. They're not here, obviously, in this particular championship, but they are going to be teammates in that particular championship. So, one to watch out for there. So, still hunting him down, or trying to, is Paul. Is he up there enough? Is he going to have a look? No, that would have been a lunge had he gone through there. So 4th and 5th then. And then Rodders. Oh, and Jerry come back right back down to 8th, because Rodders is through to 6th. Chuck's followed him through as well to 7th, and Jerry all the way back to 8th. He must have had a moment, must have had a penalty or something, because something's not quite right with Jerry here at the moment in terms of you don't expect him to be that far down. So maybe just hadn't quite got the feel for the car tonight, or the track, I don't know, but anyway, 8th place. Having said that, he's clinging on to these 2 in front, isn't he? Not right on the back of Chuck, and Chuck's not that far behind Rodders, so there you go. Oh, now what's happening down here at turn 1? Oh, and I think that was Chuck having a look at Rodders. Oh, and Chuck loses it, and oh, unlucky, so he's going to drop all the way back down, can't get the car going. And now is he going to lose? I think he's going to remain in 10th, actually. He's going to have dirty tyres now. It's going to take him a couple of bends to clean them up, but that was unfortunate. I think he just got his front right tyre on the grass right on the corner and just spun him round, so unfortunate for Chuck. DJ, oh, he's dropped all the way down to 11th, so again that did allow Unforgiven to come through on to past Chuck with his off, but DJ down to 11th. Jim Bob and Dan Bailey still in 12th and 13th, but there's Unforgiven. I missed that, but he got through courtesy of Chuck's moment. So Unforgiven then up to 9th. So he's going to be chasing down Jerry, and Jerry, who's not having his best night so far, is well, there's the 3 actually, so not far ahead of him, are they? So Unforgiven will put his head down and put his foot down on that throttle and do all he can to get onto the back of them. So Jerry then, oh, and he's having to look up the inside of Ginger. Ginger runs wide, got a little bit on the grass, really wide goes Ginger, takes that wide sweeping line. Jerry's going to get him, is he? Oh, a bit of a moment though from Jerry. He isn't, no. So he didn't quite make it. It looked like it was a dead cert there, so actually no, it was Jerry and Rodders actually who were teammates. No, it's not. Ginger and Rodders, I'll get it right when I say, well, I was right, so it was Rodders and Ginger. This is useless information that I'm coming out with here, but anyway, Jerry, so didn't quite get that done, so Unforgiven right on the back of him now. So he's really put a hammer down and maybe used a bit of DOS, I don't know, but may have used a little bit just to get himself a little bit closer, but now he can use air slip. Oh, runs wide. Oh, takes a bit of dirt and grass with him. So now he's got dirty tyres, especially on that left side. And they'll soon clean off, and looks like they're okay now. So let's have a quick look up top again, just quickly. Just leave this battle for a moment. Well, actually, we will just stick with it whilst Unforgiven is attacking. Oh, again takes that wide line, but it should be okay there. Got to be a little bit careful. Can give you a penalty if you go too far out, but that was fine. He weren't that far off the racing line. So no, he didn't make that stick, did he? So let's just go back quickly and have a look up top and see what's happening. Well, that's what's happening. Wadru, comfortable at the moment. Going round turn 1. As we're on lap 7 now. Lap 7, that means what, we've possibly got 3, 4, maybe 5 laps left before any of them may be considered to come in for their first stop. Wadru on the soft, so he started on the soft compound. Thomas also likewise has followed suit and gone with the soft compound here for stint 1. But at the moment, he's doing better things for Wadru than for Thomas, but early days. So Thomas second then, too fast, sticking with him. In third, he is on the super softs. Not a great deal of difference, if any, really, with the tyres on these cars and well, these 2 compounds anyway. Mediums are not that bad either, to be fair, but certainly the soft and the super soft, you don't really get a lot of difference in them. Not even in the times, if I'm honest. But all attacking is he's going to have a look. Is he too fast? Right up behind Thomas now. Tricky through that chicane. Got to just be very careful. We can hit those curves hard, and with these cars the way they are, if it hits the bottom of the car itself, you could be flying over the other side. Down to turn 1 again. That's how quick that lap goes. Oh, and nearly in the back of Thomas. Did too fast go there, but yeah, I think he just had to brake a little bit harder there. It's just dropped him off the back a little bit further there. Just had to ease up a bit, otherwise he was going to make contact. Not too fast then. Third place. They're doing all they can, these two, to keep with Wadru. Wadru though, as you would expect, obviously looking pretty comfortable out in front now. There he goes down the hill, so getting himself quite a big gap. Runs a bit wide, too fast. Paul then got up to 4th, so he has got past Dyson, and actually, where's Dyson gone? So Paul's almost on his own now. He's kind of isolated down in 4th place. This is where he's been. I think he finished 4th in the last 2 rounds, or the first 2 rounds I should say, so is he going to get a hat-trick of 4th places? But anyway, isolated now. He's left Dyson. There's been a moment somewhere obviously for Dyson. Paul's got past him, but he's got no one to rely on in terms of slip or anything like that now. He's on his own. So 4th for Paul. There is Dyson. Again, kind of on his own a little bit. He definitely must have had a moment, unless it was a penalty, but whatever it was, he's in 5th place. Coming down through that right-hander now. He'll be on hard on the brakes through this chicane. The inside curb's the one, you don't want to be in that too hard. Then we've got Rodders in 6th, so he's just creeping away slightly from Ginger in 7th. 6th for Rodders, 7th for Ginger. Good so far for Ginger in 7th place. Probably the best we've seen of him in this championship so far. If he can stay there, or better that would be a good result for him, sure. Little lock up there. Oh, takes a cone out as well, why not? They don't need to be there anyway, do they? Let's face it. I thought he was going to run wide there, but no, that's okay. So 7th for Ginger. Unforgiven's got up to 8th now. So Jerry dropping down again to another spot in 9th. I mean, when we was with Unforgiven last time, when we he was attacking Jerry, wasn't he? And we left it, and obviously now we've come back. He's made that move. And actually getting himself up through the field now is Unforgiven, so that's good. 8 for him. There's Jerry, and again runs wide, and that's going to allow Chuck to get onto the back of him, and he could lose another spot here, Jerry, if he's not careful. Just got to concentrate a little bit and focus on what he's doing, and should be okay. But he's getting pressured now by Chuck, and that's easier said than all. Runs a bite wide, and there you go. That might be the pressure from Chuck. Chuck around the outside, that's not going to happen now. But he's got a good drive there now. Chuck's going to definitely go for him down here in the inside, round this little right hand kink. Yeah, gets that move done, easy as you like. Plenty of room given by Jerry as he attacks. No. So Chuck through the 9th, then Jerry down to 10th. So going backwards is Jerry, dropping like a stone here. Oh, and he's attacking Chuck, and has he got him? Round the outside goes Jerry. What a move, but it's going to be well wide. Chuck's going to have that inside line again. He does. It's going to be neck and neck though. Not across that line as they start lap 10. Chuck's just got it, and he's going to have the inside line here at turn 1. So Jerry might have momentarily nicked 9th place back, but drops back into 10th. Chuck then, wide there, wide line. You see it before on my last videos on the BTCC Championship for League 3, didn't we? That happened to be at this same venue actually. They were running wide at that particular turn and getting away with it, most of them anyway. Jerry's picked up a penalty, and God, could his night get even worse, or any worse I should say. Dropped down to 10th, now picks up a penalty. I mean, the saving grace here is that he's got absolutely no one behind him, so he's not going to lose another spot, but he's just going to lose time off a Chucky ahead of him, isn't he? And yeah, I think might be calling this a night already, is Jerry, but still 2 stops, so who knows what's going to happen. Only 10 laps in, so pretty much a third of the way through this race already. Still trying to rub it off. There you go, that's gone. Not a very easy place to scrub off penalties here. There's not that many. Well, I suppose you've got turn 1, but other than that, not really many places. Thomas is in, so one of our top 3's in after 10 laps, so he's going early. DJ into 11th. Still, Thomas, where's he going to come out? Let's have a look. He comes out in 10th, so he drops him behind Jerry actually. So Jerry does get 9th back, but Thomas is coming for his second, or his first stop, I should say, second compound of tyre. As he's on the back of Jerry now. He's gone for the mediums for this second stint as Thomas, so he's the first one to blink. So is that going to be the call of the day or not? We will see. I know you'll find out. If you want to stick with us, then you will find out, and I know you want to do that, so please stick with us. It's going to take him a little while just to get those mediums up to temperature, but it's actually his teammate, isn't he, Jerry, and he's not going to get in his way, obviously, so allows his teammate to get through. Well played by Jerry. So Thomas through to 9th then. Thomas is in the battle for the lead, isn't he? So Chuck certainly, Jerry certainly isn't going to hold him up. So good teamwork there. Audrey still in the lead. Paul's coming now, so 3rd place man Paul has come in. Audrey's still in front though, or still in the lead I should say, and he's going for another lap. So 2 is too fast, so he's up to 2nd. So these 2 are giving it another one. It's promoted Rodders up to 3rd as well. Unforgiven's in, Dyson's in, so, you know, as I predicted, around about this time you're going to get the first stop coming into play. So it'll sort itself out in a minute, the tower, and we'll be back up to scratch. Chuck into fourth then now. We've got to come in, obviously. There's our first stopper then, so Thomas into fifth. So he's up to fifth already. It just depends how much he can make up now on Wadru and Too Fast, because undoubtedly I would imagine they'll be coming in on this lap. So he needs to get a quick one in here to make sure he's with them, at least when they come out. Jerry to 6th. So actually, Jerry from 10th to 6th, courtesy to some of them stops. Paul's obviously dropped down to 7th because he's now been in, and he's on the mediums as well. And I think a lot of them will be putting the mediums on in the second stint here. Too Fast, so second place man is in. So Wadru hasn't gone in, so Wadru is staying out for another lap. So Too Fast has come in though, so watch Thomas and see where he comes out. So Paul 7th, DJ in 8th. He's also come in and put mediums on. Dyson down to 10th with his stop, he's on mediums too. And then Jim Bob 10th, who hasn't come in yet. Ginger 11th. He's come in on mediums. Unforgiven also come in, and he's on the soft, so he's getting the soft out of the way now in this second one. And Dan Bailey at the back there, he hasn't come in either. So let's just go back to the lead, because I want to know what's happened. And Wadru, we know, is out in front because he hasn't come in, but Thomas, there he is, he's gone up the second then. So there you go, that stop might have worked a treat for him. Now where does he come? Truck and Robbers is in, by the way. Where will he come out when Wadru comes in? Which will be this lap, it's got to be this lap. Oh, Jerry goes wide, takes that wide sweeping line. So there's Jerry then third. He's still got to stop, which will bring Too Fast back up to third place, because he's now been in and he's on the softs. So he's leaving his mediums till the final stint, having been on the super softs in the first one. So it'll be just a matter of time for Too Fast to pass Jerry, and that moment of time is right now, I think. Again, I don't think Jerry will. Oh, he didn't give it to him, did he? I thought he might. And Wadru's in, so leader's in. Here we go then. So this is where we want to be at the moment. Jerry's kind of not really in this battle at the moment as such, because he's got a stop to make. These other two have already made it, so it'll be interesting to see now where Thomas is when Wadru comes out, because he's still sitting stationary in his pit box as they come through this final section, through the chicane, round that final right-hander. Wadru's still there, and he's still there, and now here we go. This is where it's going to be. Wadru is coming out now, is Wadru, so let's see what the gap is, and it's quite a big gap actually. There he is, Wadru out. Thomas, so there's Wadru turn 1. Moment from Wadru just as I left him. There's Thomas, so there's the gap then. Too Fast still can't get behind Jerry, and Jerry's staying out in fairness to him. A bit wide from Thomas, so Jerry's thinking, you know what, oh, I think Too Fast has got him, just got it in the glimpse on the corner of my eye there, got through there, so Jerry's tyres will be, well, he'll be feeling them now, won't he? Or lack of them, I should say. Too Fast in third, so here we go again. Top 3 are as they were. So exactly as they were. Wadru first. There he is, Thomas in Too Fast. So pretty much exactly the same gaps as we had before they came in. So that's actually quite remarkable that it's looks like that now. Jerry having his moment there in fourth, thinking, do you know what, if it's going to be a bad night for me, I'm going to have a little bit of time up the top here. Why not? But this will be his last time up there for the time being anyway, because he will be in. It's just a matter of where he comes out. Paul, in the meantime, is 5th, so he should, underline that, should get that 4th place back off of Jerry once he goes in. So 5th place, still on his own a little bit, is Paul. DJ's got himself up to 6th place now then. So it's DJ who's going to be trying to chase down Paul. And well, Jerry, he's staying out, isn't he? So quite amazing now he's doing this. Oh, DJ's in. So I thought he'd already been in, but obviously not. So DJ's in. That'll bring Dyson up to 6th place. There he is in 7th at the moment. So DJ will get 6th place as he comes round this bend. There you go. So he takes DJ. Rodders in 7th. DJ dropping down. But Rodders under attack from Unforgiven. Unforgiven, have a look. Up the inside. Good move. Slight lock up, but can he get that done? He can. Yeah, clean as a whistle through there. Unforgiven. Yeah, brilliant. Good move then. 7th place for Unforgiven. On the soft tyres. Rodders back down to 8th. He's on the mediums there, so maybe that was part of the reason why it looked like it was an easy pass for Unforgiven. I think a bit of slip as well, maybe a little bit of DRS, who knows, but through to 7th anyway goes Unforgiven. 8th with Rodders. Ginger, 9th. Still a good showing for Ginger here. And Too Fast is actually taken Thomas then, so Too Fast up to 2nd place. Just noticed that on the tower. So Wadru obviously still out in front. Too Fast is 2nd. Oh, Ginger. So Thomas is back down to 3rd. Chuck there in 10th. So let's just go back to the leaders. We've got Jim Bob 11th, DJ in 12th. Let's go back to the leaders and have a look. Wadru, there he is. So he's not going in, is he? Oh, he has been in, sorry. So I missed that. So he's been in, he's on mediums. Oh, we did see him, didn't we? Yeah, what am I talking about? Yeah, absolutely. So he's been in. But so Too Fast then has got past Thomas. So did Thomas have a moment? He must have had something, because there's a big gap back to Thomas there from Too Fast. So definitely something's happened. So 3rd place for Thomas. Jerry's in now. So he's gone a long time actually, 16 laps in fact, before he's in. That's a good showing on a single set of tyres. So Thomas then must have made a mistake in 3rd place. So everyone's had their stops now, he says, confidently. Paul did get that 4th place back, so there you go. And he is, like he was before the stop, on his Jack Jones there. And absolutely no one around him. In fact, if anything, he's got probably a bigger gap between him and Dyson behind him, who's in 5th place. So 4th it is for Paul. There's Dyson, who I was just talking about, in 5th. Again, a little bit on his own. Certainly nothing in front of him. And then quite a big gap behind him to the Unforgiven, who's up to 6th. So here he comes. So maybe he's thinking, you know, damn this, the last 2 rounds, I'm going to go for it here. So good showing at the moment from Unforgiven. And into the top 6th then. 6th, I should say. Through that chicane, round the final bend. And then we've got Rodders behind him in 7th. Another fairly big gap back to Chuck and Ginger, who's trying to chase Chuck down. Chuck in 8th, Ginger in 9th, and then Jerry. So he got back to 10th where he was, wasn't he? So there he is, Jerry, 10th place. So had a few laps in the up top there, and back to 10th now because of that stop. DJ 11th. And then Jim Bob, who we haven't seen too much of today, have we? But he's in 12th place, where he's been pretty much all the race as well, with his teammate behind him, Dan, in 13th. So the 2 Vodafones not enjoying themselves particularly out there tonight. So Dan then, lock up from Dan, turn 1. Nearly lost the back end, but that's okay. So let's have a look then where our leader is in conjunction with Dan, because I'm sure I see him in the distance. There he is, and naturally he is catching Dan, so there you go. Wadru, and there's Dan in the distance. Look, goes wide Wadru now. Is that a penalty? Is that a penalty for Wadru? Nah, it's probably too fast. The sensor probably didn't even register. It went so quick through there, but he's certainly catching the back marker, isn't he? In Dan, here's Wadru. Not looking good for Wadru there in first place. And just coming into this second half of the lap now is Wadru. Comes round and then through this next fast section.